Well, it's not very often that I get on a mic and I tell people to turn their blowers off and take a moment to come up. And, the one thing about this industry is the friendships and the relationships that we all develop. And for those of us that whether you've been here 30-some years or maybe you've only been here 2 years, we all know the friendships we develop across the roads are friendships that last a lifetime. They're the kind of friendships that when you pick up the phone and you call someone and you say you need them to come park some trailers or maybe volunteer to stand at a door, scoop manure or fill water tanks. That's only someone that's a true friend and a friend of a cattleman. I've had the honor of being a part of the Classic since it started 31 years ago. The first Classic, I remember a gentleman that hung around a lot in the Simmental aisles, and Bob Volk was the manager at the Classic the first 6 years. And there was a gentleman that Bob always called to help with the Simmental activities. I traveled a lot around the state with Bob to Simmental sales, and there'd be this red pickup, and there'd be this lumber gentleman, very humble, doing every task that needed to be done and doing a task that not everyone wanted to do. Sometimes I say my memory isn't very good, but anymore I can remember things a long time ago better than what I can remember happened yesterday. And I can remember a board meeting where Bob Volk had presented and talked to the Classic board about starting this Pin of 5 heifer sale. And back then, our facilities looked a lot different. Those pin heifers were outside to the east. And when Bob pitched this program and this sale to the Classic board, he said, I got the perfect person that needs to help us with this. I got a guy that can provide customer service. He can greet our guests with a smile. He can take care of every need they have and want them to come back every year. He said, it's Ron Miller. Ever since that day, Ron Miller's been a part of the Classic Pin of 5 sale. And it's been a couple weeks ago. Well, we'll go back before Denver. Ron Miller stopped at my office on his way to Denver to the stock show. My daughter was helping me in my office that day, and for those of you just like me, Ron Miller dialed you about once a week just to see what was happening. He'd always stop by the office because he wanted to know what was new, what was happening with the Classic, and what's coming in that Pin of 5 sale. Do you got that catalog done yet? That day when he stopped on his way to Denver, he was incredibly emotional that day. And Ron's a pretty emotional man. He was talking about how excited he was to go to the National Western Stock Show. It was going to be his 60th time he'd been at the National Western Stock Show. He was excited to go. He was incredibly shaky that day and trembling. And I said to my daughter, I said, something's not quite right. He's not feeling very good. And when he left, he was just really emotional. But he was that kind of guy because he took a lot of pride in everything he did, and he took a lot of pride in helping you, and he took a lot of pride in being a part of the Nebraska Cattlemen's Classic. When we received news that Ron had passed away at the National Western Stock Show, it didn't take us long to say, you know what? The Nebraska Cattlemen's Classic Pin of 5 sale is going to become the Ron Miller Memorial Heifer Pin Sale. So I'm going to ask the Classic Board of Directors if you'd please come into the ring. The other thing that we're incredibly honored about, for those of you, we've known Ron a long time, and he had a big heart, and we often wondered what he was doing lots of times. He'd always say he was going to see the girls or going to see his daughters, and we all kind of wondered, who are these ladies? And so we're incredibly honored tonight. If Ron Miller's family, if you'd come in and step in the ring. we started talking about the Classic, and the board was like, well, who are you going to have do Ron's job? I said, we're not going to have anybody do Ron's job. That's Ron's job. And I tell you what, when we set up the facilities and we were doing some things out here, the girls, it was almost like you'd hear him shuffling around the building, wondering what was going to be for lunch. We felt his presence, and I know a lot of people have said the same thing. There's a couple guys, Cody and Brock. Where are you guys hiding at? Cody and Brock, come up here. You're hiding. Where's Brock hiding? There's probably two guys that hate to see me coming, and it's these two. And one happens to be my husband, and the other one happens to be my daughter's boyfriend, so they probably don't want to see me very much come next week. They set up the heifer pens, and I got here the other morning, and I said to Cody takes the brunt of all of it, but I said, them pins aren't set up right. They aren't near big enough. You need them heifers in a little bigger pen. You need to get them watered. We need to get the signs on the gate. And I'm pretty sure the office girls would agree they weren't doing a very good job. And I asked him, can't you feel Ron cussing you and telling you you're not taking very good care of those Pen of 5 exhibitors? But he's probably smiling right now saying, it'll be okay. We'll get it done. Now, Heidi, where are you hiding? I'm not going to let you off the hook. Come on up here. You guys see this picture on the screens up here? This was taken, and Doug Kaiser, where are you hiding? You recognize that picture, Doug? I'm going to introduce and recognize the official photographer here at the Classic, Heidi Anderson with Legacy Livestock Imaging. I'm going to let her tell the story of this picture.
Actually, I'm going to let Charles tell the story of the picture, but I just wanted to say one of the greatest blessings that we've had in a long time was we had the opportunity at the National Western to spend pretty much that whole last week with Ron. And that last day especially, he sat next to that ring all day long. We brought a chair out for him, and he congratulated every single exhibitor as they walked out of the ring that day with a big smile and a congratulations and a great stock. And yeah, this is why Charles is going to tell the story.
So the backstory, and I can't remember, it's been a number of years now. Ron caught me at the door, and he goes, Charles, where's your wife at? He goes, I think I found a great picture in my Pen of 5. So I went and found Heidi, and Ron took her out and showed her this calf under this coat, and it's literally, Heidi's taken a number of absolutely breathtaking images throughout her career, but this is one of her iconic pieces, and the next year at the Classic, we presented Ron with a print of this image. And it was a picture that he treasured forever. And I actually, during the week at Denver this year, had the opportunity, privilege to sit down and talk to Ron for about an hour, just there in the yards. And he told me how wonderful it was to be back in Denver, how nice the new yards looked. And then he started talking about this print. And he goes, Charles, he goes, when I go meet my maker, he goes, that print's coming with me. And I just looked at him, I go, Ron, I said, that print's going to be stuck on your mantle for quite a while yet. Don't you worry about it. And like most discussions I had with Ron Miller, he was right, and I ended up, unfortunately, being wrong. But so we are donating to start fundraising for the new program that the Nebraska Cattlemen's Classic is kicking off for their Pen of 5 exhibitors. We're donating a 20 by 30 metal print. We don't have the print here. We figured whoever the winning bidder is, see us, we'll get your address, we'll get it shipped to you. So you can have hanging on your wall the exact same print that Ronnie has sitting on his mantle up there in heaven. knowing that he's sitting up there and enjoying it just as much as you're going to enjoy this print hanging on your wall.
Let's put our hands together and thank them for that donation. What the Nebraska Cattlemen's Classic is going to do is we're going to establish a Ron Miller Memorial Fund. And it will be a fund that 100% of the money that goes in it, the Pen of Five exhibitors are going to have a process that we're going to have a special Cattlemen's Award every year at the Classic. And that criteria will be put on taking care of the cattlemen, maybe servicing the cattlemen in the industry. And so all those details are yet to be put together. And one of his good friends leaning over there said, maybe it ought to be Straw Boss. Maybe we better get him a pitchfork or a sorting stick and a bowl of chili, or, you know, we all know he was always eager for that snack. So we're going to look forward to honoring Ron Miller every year at the Classic. We're going to auction off this print, and the money will go towards that. The Nebraska Cattlemen's Classic Board of Directors, we will be donating $500 to that fund, and look forward to doing some neat things with that. The only reason we decided not to do a scholarship is in respect to the American Scimitar Association and the Nebraska Scimitar Association are doing scholarships, so we want to do something neat for Cattlemen here at the Classic and honor him every year. The other really cool thing is when Cody and I and my family and all the board of directors, we went to the funeral, and Cody and I went a little early and met with Ron's daughters, and Ron wanted to be a part of the Classic forever. So the Classic will be receiving some of his ashes. And we, you know, at first we were talking about he'd want to be spreading the ring, and Brock really quickly said, I am not going to scoop up Ron Miller. We're going to do something different with them ashes. And so we're going to create a really cool traveling trophy, a memorial, and Ron will be at the Classic every single year. And you know what? He'll probably pop up at the pop-up. He'll probably be at the fall edition, because every time we did something, he was the first one that wanted to be there. He was the first one to volunteer. He wanted to be the first face you seen when you arrived somewhere. He wanted to make sure you got taken care of. And so with that, Matt Lowry, I think let's open it up and let's sell this print and get this fund started.
Well, let's sell the print. I've got $500, and that's me. 750 in the auction's on. 500, 7 and a pair. I ended it done here. He ended it done here. Done it done. 500, 7 and a pair. Downtown, Totter down, 12 and a pair. I ended it done. 12 and a 15 here. Done it done. 1500 now. 1750. I ended it 2,000 Totter here. Done it 2 now. 5 here. Done it 2500. Down 2 5 here. Take 2250. 2000 22 and a half here. I ended it done 2 2 and a half. Done it 2000 Totter here. Done it 2 2 and a half. Now 2 2 and a half. Done it 2000 Totter. Down 22, 2 and a half. I ended it done 2 2 and a half. 2,000 2250. Now 2 2 and a half. And I tell you what, you know, there's a number of you around here. Pull together, do whatever you got to do. But you know what? The one thing about it is, if you ever question one thing about it, Ronnie'd figure out how to do it. So if you can't do it for you, do it for Ronnie. 2,022 and a half. I ended it done 2 2 and a half. I ended it done 2 2 and a half here. I ended it done $2,000 here. Done it 22 2 and a half. Now 2 2 and a half. Are you all done? Now 5. Now 25. Now 2 and a half. 5. Done it 25. Done it 2 and a half. 5. Done it 25. Now 750. Now 7 and a pair. You did it done here. 500 750. Now 25. Done it done 7 7 7 and a half here. You did it done. Round them right out here. Done it done. Down here, down 750, on 2,500, 27 and a half, and now 500 out of here, now 3, and now 3, down 3 here, down 3 here, down $3,000 out of here. One more time, then up and quit. Give me $3,000, $3,000. Now 2 and a half, and now 3, 2 and a half, $3,000 here, 2 2 and a half, down 5, $35 on it, and now 35, down 3,500, 3,500, 3,500 here, you did it done, 3,500 I had. Are you all done? Are you all through? And I'm 35 or 2 and I'm 5 or 35 and under. Do you want them? Let's give them a round of applause. Sold them 3,250.
Kaiser family. Yep, Kaisers. It was their cat, Kaisers.
All right, the Kaiser family, thank you very, very much. Appreciate her.
Don't run off. Don't run off. You're going to want to turn up your hearing aids and come in a little closer, guys. You know, there's one other thing we're going to do, and before we do that, Chelsea, raise your hand. If you guys are wanting to donate to that fund, see Chelsea there. She'll collect that, and like I said, 100% of that will go. You know, a lot of us wondered how many Christmas cards Ron Miller mailed out. Because I tell you what, the minute Thanksgiving was over, Ron Miller's Christmas card was in your mailbox. The other thing that man did, he took the time, and you heard from him at least once a week, but also every holiday, my phone would be ringing, and Cody'd say, "It's Miller calling," and it was. And I'm sure a lot of you can say the same thing, too. I want you to listen up really, really close, because we're going to have one last call.
Good afternoon, dear. When it works out, give me a call when you got a 2021 book with you and got the name and phone number for that family in Colorado. Have a good day.
I believe as the song was the other day, "On the Road Again." Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for his family one more time, and we'll clear the ring here and prepare for our pin sale. But you know what? Doesn't all have to be sad, because Ron could be sad, but he could get happy in 2 seconds. And when it come for this Pen of 5 sale, he took a lot of pride in it, Mr. Lowry. And, you know, he loved working with our breeders out there. And so if you haven't got a sale order yet, make sure you get one in your hand. We're going to get this Ron Miller Memorial Heifer Pin sale underway. We're going to have a little fun here this evening, and we got a great set of heifers coming to you. Want to introduce and recognize Brent from Yondas here. He's helping us with all the special effects, and we definitely need your assistance. So get a sale order, and I don't even have one in front of me. You took mine, my goodness sakes. Did you take my cheetah readers too?
No, we're good now. You can have those.
All right, I can have mine. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you were outside looking at those heifer pins, you know we have a large group, small group pins tonight, so first out of the gate is going to be our champion large group pin. So coming into the ring, and how we like to do this is we like to get the consigners in here. So first off the gate is going to be our champion large group heifer pin. So I'm going to ask you open up your catalog there to pin number 6. Pin number 6 was our champion large group pin. What we did is we had our 2 judges from the show the other day. We had Craig Sands and Kyle Conley, 2 very talented cattlemen. They went out, analyzed the pin, give us their opinion. We all know it's just 2 men's opinion, by the way. And they selected the champion large group pin. So if I can get Jerry to step into the ring here from Sidwell Land and Cattle.
That's the end gate over here.
Oh, he's coming around that way. You know, I've known Jerry a long time, traveled out when he lived in Colorado, been to his ranch in Wyoming, and it's truly an honor to have him bringing a set of cattle here to us. And I don't think I warned Jerry that he's got to give a little speech and tell us about what you brought us, Jerry.
I brought 2 pins of Charolais cross heifers. They're out of the silver-colored heifers are out of Angus cows. The others are out of black baldy cows, the peach-colored heifers. And both groups are all AI'd, and they were all AI'd within 3 days each other, so they should calve right together, and they are guaranteed AI by ultrasound. I don't know what else to say, Ronette.
They're due the 9th of March.
They're due the 9th
They're
of
due
March.
the 9th of March. They're AI to redemption. They are AI to redemption. But I'll tell you what, if you go out there, you're easy to find this. We're going to go ahead. We're going to start out here. I'll take your microphone, my friend. All right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to start out with a lot number 6. I mean, an outstanding set of them. They are all AI bred to redemption, and it is 1, 2, 3, 6 times the money. 6 times the money, ladies and gentlemen. 5 times the money. 5 times the money. Ladies and gentlemen, the Ronnie Miller Memorial Heifer Show and Sale begins now. I am done here now. I am done 12.5 here. I am done 1,500 to 5. Now 17.50. Now $2,000. I am done 2.5 5. 25. 25. 2.5 5. Now 5. Done 5. Done 25 here. Now 7.50. Now 7.5 here. I am done 25. 27.5 here. 5 $600 to 5. And now 25. Done 2,600, 500, 600, and now 25. Done 600. Done now 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 8, and now 28, 28, 2,800, 27, 2,800, and now 7, 8, and 9, and now 9, and now $3,000, and now 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Here done 1, here done 1, now 2, and now 31, 32. Here done 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, done 2, 3, and now 32, 3,300 apiece. Here done 3,200. And now 32, 33, y'all done, y'all through. You want them? Sold them $3,200. 310, thank you very much, 3,200. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys. Next in comes our champion small group. And you know, Matt, Ron had been razzing me for years over Annette. You know what? Not everybody can bring 5 heifers to town. Why don't you open that up and give them a choice to bring 3 if they want to? So that's what we did. And here is your champion small group, pin number 8, coming to you from the Diamond Lazy J Ranch. And Brent and his brother are no strangers here in this pin of 5 sale. So why don't you guys tell us a little bit about your champion small group heifers?
We brought you a nice pen of Angus heifers that are ready, going to be perfect cows. Go out and work in any operation. They have all the papers. Really excited about these. Come from great proven cows and a great set of heifers here.
Well, I'll tell you what, these guys do an outstanding job, and then the genetics behind this deal is awful good. You know, earlier we were listening to the guy that bought them a year ago chirping about how well he got along with them, extremely well, in fact. So we got to kind of take that in mind. But this is a good set of females, and they're coming from a good program. We're going to sell the lot 8. Here we go. It's 3 times the money. Here down, done. What are you going to do here down? $1,000, $1,100, 5, and now 11 here down 12, and now 13, now half. Done 13 here down 14, now 1,500. I ended done 15 here done 15 here done 14, 15 here 16, now 1,700. Now half, now 17 here done half. 18 now half, and now 18 half. 19 here 19 here 19 here 19 now half. 1950 now 2,000 here $2,000, and now 2 now half. 2,050 now 2,050 now $2,000 here half air. Now 2 and a half $2,000 here 2,050 2,050, and now 2,050. Got Adam at 2,000. Is that right? Now how? Now 2 now half $2,000 here done half dollar here done 2,050 2,050. Sold him $2,000. James Felt, goodness sakes, he buys them 2 years in a row. All right, thank you. All right.
These fellas are going to stay right here because they were the reserve large pin. So this is, turn your catalog right there beside them, pin 9. Tell us about your large pin, guys.
Here's a set of balancer heifers that I think are they're ready to go. A set of April calves that are from backed by some sires that's known in the breed, in the balancer breed. I think that you're going to find these Sandhills heifers that are ready to go from proven cows or balanced. There's 6 head in here, and I tell you what, the disposition of them are fantastic. Never been on a halt or anything, but I tell you what, my 2-year-old and my 8-year-old have been in there petting them and scratching them for the last 2 days. So disposition is there and ready to go. There's 6 head in the lot.
All right, here we go. 1,100, 1,200 to buy. Done 12. Now 1,300. Now 1,400. Done 13, 14. Here done 1,500. I done 15. Here done 14, 15. Here down 16, 16, 17. Here done $1,700 there. I done 17, 17, 16. Here done 16. And now 15, 16, 15, 1,600. I done here half, now 16, 15, half, 1600 of half, and now 15, half, 16, now half, 1650, 1650, 1650, I am done, half, 1600, now half, 1650, 1650, 1600, 16 and a half hour, I am done, half, out of here, done, you all done, James, 1600, 16 and a half, sold a good heifer, $1,600. $3.99. Thank you, boys. Do appreciate her. And this is going to be, we're on to these pairs, I believe.
We are, but this is our reserve small pin's going to come in here, guys. Pin number 2. Turn your catalog to pin number 2. They're the reserve small. And Jeremy Schulte, why don't you tell us about your bred heifers in pin number 2?
Well, the 3 heifers out there come straight out of our replacement pen. One of them is due any time now. If you've been out there looking, there are sheets laying out there. All of them can be registered. And once again, they're going to make a great set of cows.
Mike Sorensen, if you buy this pen, you got to go home and break straw because she's out ready to make a nest. She's bred to Stellar. The other 2 are bred to a son of Baldridge Bronc. This is 3 times the money in lot 2. Here we go. I am done 1,500. You're done 1,750. Now 2. Now 18. 19. Here done 1,900. Here down 2. Down 1. And down 2. 1. Here done 21. 2. And down 3. Here done 2. Down 3. And down 3. Down 4. Here done 4. Here done 23. 2,400. And down 3. Down 4. Here done 4. Here done 2,400. 300. 400 to buy. And down 3. Down 4. Here done 4. Here done 23. 2,400. Y'all done, y'all through. And down 3, down 4, done 4, 23, 4, 5. You boys all in the same house? 24, 25, 24, 25, 2,500. Now 600. I ended it done 25, done 600 out of here, done 25, done 600. I had sold them $2,500, $2,500. 472. 472. We're on the lot 12. Here we go. JMRT.
How this worked, Matt, is we just drew out of the bucket. Once we had our 4, our champion and our reserves, we let the consigners draw out of the bucket. We felt they were all good enough, and let's just sell them. So coming in now is pin 12, Tim Uden from JMRT Cattle.
Yeah, we brought a set of registered Sem-Angus heifers. Different percentages, so it gives you a lot of different options on how to use these. They're halter broke. They've got a great disposition. We work with these calves a lot to make sure that they're going to work for you. We're celebrating our 40th year in the Simmental business this year. We've always tried to raise efficient, easy fleshing cattle, and we think we brought a set that'll really work good for you. Thank you.
Thank you. Here we go. 1,100, 1,200 out of here, down 13, down 12, 1,300 divide, and down 13, half, 14, here done 14, here done 14, half, 15, half, 16, I ended it done 16, here done 1,600, 16, 16, 15, 16, I ended it done, here done, take a half, 15 and a half, 15, 50, 1,500, 15, half hair, I ended it done, here done, half, done 15, here down half, done half, done 15, half, I ended it done, here done 15, 15 and a half, 1,500, 15 and a half. Alex, I put you as 15, is that right? 15's up there. 15 and a half. 1,500, 1,550, 1,550. Have a little meeting and buy them. 1,550, 15 half. I ended it under done. Half did it under done. 15 did it under done. Half 100. Do you want them? 1,500, 1,550. Now 1,600. Now 1,600. Now 1,600. Now half. Now half. 1,600 and a half. 16 did it and half. Done. 16 did it done. Half. I'd had 1,650. Sold them $1,600. 1,600. 366. Thank you. All right. Next lot.
Next in's pin 11. Pin 11's coming to you from OA Cattle, Brent Aiden. Now, Brent, where's the salesman of the family? Because I interviewed your son a couple weeks ago, and tell me what, he is the salesman. He should be in here talking.
I brought you 4 real nice open heifers. They're all out of AI sired bulls. They should go on to produce some great half-blood purebreds down the road. Thanks.
All right, here we go. 11, 1200 honor. Down 1300 to 5. I ended it done. 1200 here. Did it done. 13 here. Did it done. 1200. 1300. I now 1200 honor here. Did it done. 13. Did it done. Did it done. 1200 honor here. Did it done. 13. 1200. 1300 to 5. 1200. 1300. I ended it done. Did it done. 1200 honor here. Did it done. 13. 1250. 1200. 12 and a half hair. I ended it done. Did it done. Half hair down. 12. 12 and a half hair. I ended it done. Did it done. 12, 12, that have high, that it done, 1200, 1250, 1200 and 1250. I tell you what, guys, that's right at feeder cattle price. I tell you what, that's feeder heifer price. 1200, 1250, 1200, 12 and a half hair. I ended it in there, done, 12, 12, 1250, here, done, done, here, done, done, here, done, 1200, 1250. I ended it in there, done, 1200, 1250. Internet, you got a heartbeat at all, 1200, 1250. Now, thank you. Now 1300, 1300, 12 and a half hair, 1300 to buy. Now half, now 1350, 1350, 13 half, 1400. I ended it in there, done, half, her, done, 1450. Now 14, 14 half, her, done, 1400, 1450. Are you all done? Are you all through? 1400 here, done, have done, or not had. Sold them 1400, Christian. 395. Next lot.
And next in is lot 13 coming to you from Rain Scimitals. And you know what, Corey? When I didn't have your entries and Miller was calling me, he was really cussing you.
I told him we were going to get you some here. What we got here, our first pen, this is a set of Baldies. There's 3 half sibs that'd be loaded up sons. And then there's a own daughter of loaded up out of our Yardley cow we flush on. And then that J96 is probably one of the better Baldies in that pen. Goes back to his Ice Brilliance cow out of an executive order son. So together, I think that's a really nice group of females. There's definitely 3 of them in there you could hang a halter on. Breed them things, flip them, resell them, keep them in your herd. They're just a nice solid set. Them heifers are registered, 3 half bloods, 5/8, and a 3/4. So kind of help yourself, and I think they kind of represent what we try to do. Good striking females that got a bald face.
Oh, every time that Corey comes, they bring a good one now. All right, here you go. Here's the 13 from Rain Scimitals, 1200, 1300 to buy him, 1400 on a hair. I ended it done, 15 here, did it done, half 15 here, did it done, 1500 now half, 16 now half. I ended it done here, did it done, 16 did it near, did it done, 1600 now half here, down 1650. Now 16 did it near, did it done, half here, 1600, 1650. I ended it done here, down half here, down 16 did it near, did it done, half hundred to buy him here, did it done. 1600 now how now 16 and a half 1600 1650. I ended it done here 16 did it near done did it done half here night had here down 16 did it done here down half done or night had 1650. Sell them $1,600. 317. Thank you. Next lot.
Next in is pin 7. Turn your catalog over to pin 7. Here's another set of bred heifers coming to you from Sidwell Hay and Cattle. Jerry, tell them about your pin 7.
These would be the same as the silver-colored heifers, other than they got the red gene. They'd have a shot of Hereford in them. They're bred redemption again. Once again, they was bred in 2 days, and they was all ultrasound confirmed there. So I mean, they will be AI calves, and they should calve right together. I was going to tell you the cattle ran out this summer. They ran out in the foothills up there. We brought them back in November, and I mean these are good doing cattle. They get her done.
Well, I'll tell you what, this man brought you some good ones. All right, we're going to sell them mellow yellows. Here we go. All right, we're going to sell the buckskins. Here's the 7. Here's the lot 7 AI to redemption due on the 9th of March. I ended it done here down. I ended it done 15, 17 half, down 2. And down 2 and half. Did it done 3, 4. Did it 4. Did it 4, down 5. Did it 25, 600. Now 7 here. Did it done 2,700. Here did it done 700. Here did it done now 800. And now 8, down 9, down 3. Here did it $3,000. Here did it 3, down 3, now 3, and down 3, down 3. Here did it down 3, 1. Here did it done 1. Here did it got 3,000 with Brett. Need 3,100. And down 3, 1. Here did it done 3,000, 3,100. And down 3, 1. Here did it 1. Here did it done 3,000, 3,100. What are you doing on the phone? 3,000, 3,100, 3,000s with breath, $3,100 to buyer. Done 3,100, 3,000, 3,100 I'd had, 3,000, 3,100. Sold them $3,000, $3,000. 310 keeps them together. Thank you, sir. All right, here's the 14.
Lot 14 coming to you from Rain Scimitals. Go to lot 14.
Same deal here. Again, we just sold you them baldies. We put together a pen of blacks. You got a purebred, a couple higher percentage, half blood. If you look back on these, a lot of these are cows that we typically will have females make our fall sale. These girls were just a little younger, March, April aged calves. Again, I think there's a couple in here. If you want to hang a halter with them, you can. Sure enough, breed them up, and these are the kind that we make a living with. So I think a nice set of solid blacks.
1,200, 1,300 to buy. 1,200, 1,300 out of here. Now 1,400. I ended it done. Here done. 13, 1,400. Now 15. I now have now 15. Here did it done. 15 did it near done. Did it done. Have now 16. Now 16 did it near done. Did it have here now 17. Here did it done. 17. 17 now half. And now 17 half. Now 18. Here did it done. 18. 18 now half. Now 1,900. I ended it done. 19. 19. Here did it done. 19 now half. And now have now $2,000. Here did it 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. Here did it now half. And now 1. Here did it done. 2,100. 2,100. And now 1. Now half. Here did it done. 2,100. 150. And now 21. 1 half. Here did it done. 1 here did it done. Half. 2,100. 2,150. And now 1 here. Half here. Did it done. 2,100. Here did it done. Half. $100 died. Head. 2,150. Sell them $2,100. $2,100. 448. 448 next lot.
Turn to lot 10. Lot 10, we've got a set of Hereford heifers, and we're going to let the molars tell us about lot 10.
Thank you, Lynette. This is a set of 5 Polled Hereford registered heifers, and they're kind of from the heart of our herd. They're some of the calves off of my kids' 4-H program, and they're really gentle, and they should be a good set of cows for anybody. Thank you.
You know what, Mike? They've been at every classic. They've been to more of them than you have.
I don't know where your dad is. Is he around the building? He's loading bulls up. I'm sure he is. Usually the dad's the worker, right? No matter how old he is. And, yeah, they've been here every year, guys.
I'll tell you how good these Hereford heifers are. Even Mike Sorensen was in the pen. He was. He was. I mean, they're that kind. I tell you that whoever buys this set of Hereford heifers, and I don't care if you want to keep the papers on them or whatever you're going to do, but I promise you one thing about them is you're going to fly first class in this deal. It'd be as good heifers as we've ever had. I'm telling you what, they pass the eyeball test. Every one of them going to make a mama cow. I got 12 at that bid. 1,500 to buy them. 1,750. I ended it done. 17 half. I did it done. 15. 1,750. I ended it done. Did it done. 15. 16. 15. 1,600. Now 17 here did it done. 17 here did it done. 18 now 19 here did it 1,900. I ended it done. Now 2,000 half. Now 2 and now $2,000 here did it 2 now half. Now 1 here did it done. 2,100 and now 2,100 here did it done. 21 now half and now 2 and now 2,200 and now 2,200 and now 200 and now 200 and now 2 here did it 2 now half here did it 2,200 250 and now 250 and now 250. You know, we talked about this earlier. This means now you can smile about the situation. And now 2 and now half or did it done 2 and half or did it $2,000 here did it 2 and half and now 2 and half. They're awful good. 2,200 250.
You know what, Matt? We hadn't even talked about you could buy and show those heifers too. They don't got to just go home and be mama cows. There's
right.
a few juniors sitting around here. Take and buy those heifers, show them. That would still apply. I bet we can talk really sweet to the Hereford Association and have that be a part of that futurity program.
Absolutely. 2,200, 2,250. Now 3. And now 3 here did it 3 here did it done 3 here did it 3 here did it done 3 here did it done 23. And now 3 here did it 3 here did it 3 here did it 3 here did it done 2 down 3 here did it 2 3. And now 2 3 here did it done 3 here did it done 3 down 3 down 3 down 3 now. And now 3 3 and a half here did it 2,300 350. And I mean be the right kind. And now 3 3 and a half for did it 2,300 2,350. And now 3 3 and a half for did it done 350. I'd had 2,350. Sold them $2,300. 2,300. 334, 334. Thank you. Next lot.
Next in is pin 16. Pin 16 from Weathers Farms. Pin 16. Now, you know, when we talked about that last call, not to get you choked up, but you know, it was your number he was looking for.
I was afraid you were going to say that. This is our second year consigning here at the Classic, and we came because we felt to bring our cattle to the heart of Nebraska and sell cattle in good country to good cattlemen was a smart move for our business, and we came back because of the hospitality. My wife and my brother-in-law had the opportunity to talk to Ron at the Simmental sale in Denver in January, and he knew us all by name, specifically asked about our cattle and how everybody was getting along, wanted to know how everything was doing, and it was a lot of fun. We couldn't be more excited to be back here, excited about the future of this sale, excited to see this many people here. I think Ron would be very proud, and that's exactly right. This business is about relationships, and we're excited about that. We're excited about the heifers we had outside. We're happy to have talked to a lot of you guys. This first set of heifers is a good set of straight black Angus heifers. This is probably as good a set of blacks as we've ever raised. They're ready to go. You guys can put whatever bull you want on them. You can make F1s if that's what you're after. No, we're excited. So I'll just turn it back over to you.
Thank you. Here we go. Lot 16, 12. I ended it down here down to 1100 down 12. And now 1300 down 1400 half 1400 here to 14 here to down 14 here to down 14. I ended it down 14 here to down 14 here to down 75, 14, goodness sakes, 1375, 1400. That sounds like a Mike Sorensen deal. 1400, 1375, 1400. I ended it done here, done 14 here. You know, we were all on good ground before we started this auction. And now 14, here, done 14, 1400, 1400, 1400. And now 14 here, done 14, here, done 14, here, done 1400. I ended it done. I mean, they got some tomorrow in them now. And now 14 here, done 75, 1400, 1375, 14. Now how? And now 1450. I ended it done 1400, 1450. What do we do, boys? 1450. Oh, goodness. Well, that's all right. Yeah, we got 1375 up there, 1400, and he was giving mixed signals on the phone, and we kind of delivered the message wrong. 1375, 1400, 1400 to buy. Heard it done, here done 75, here done 1400. Do you want them? 1375, 1400. Sold them at 1375, 1375. 479. Thank you, guys.
All right, you guys got to stay right here because you drew back-to-back numbers. So tell us all about pin 17.
I guess I'll get to talk this pen. These are the pen of the Hereford-sired Baldies, and there's a reason that cross is as famous as it is. We've sent these cattle all over the country. They've worked everywhere. The breeding versatility is unmatched, and they're going to be really, really, really good cows for you.
Thank you, guys. Gonna be a set of F1 Black Baldies, Mike Sorensen. And how to, her done 12, here down 13, how you did it done 1200, 1300 to buy. And now 13, now half, now 14, here done 14, here done 1400. I did it done 14, here done 1400, 1400, 1400 on the F1 Baldies. And now 14, here done 14, here done 14, 13, 14, got 13 with Christian, 1400. And now 13, 14, here you did it done 1350. 1350, 13, now 1400, now 1400, 1400, 13 and a half, 1400 to buyer. I ended it done, here did it done, 14, here did it done, 1350, 1400, y'all done, y'all through, 1400 to buy. I might add here, 1400. I sold a good heifers at $1,350.
Next in is pin 3. Pin 3 is a set of bred heifers. Turn your catalog to pin 3, and if we can get Joe Brockman in here to tell us about pin 3.
378, look at here.
I have been bringing a pen of 5, but I had a short
heifer crop, so I ended up just bringing 3, and then Monday morning one of them decided she didn't want to come, so I had to pull another one out of the replacement pen. I'll tell you a little bit about her. There's some supplement sheets laying here, but otherwise for the people on the internet, she is out of the other herd sire I have, and I've got some really good daughters of his, and then her mother is a half-sister to the sire of the other 2 heifers. I think she fits in pretty good. She's been handled the same way. She's bred to the same bull, and that's probably all I got to say, so sell the heifers.
They will transfer the registration papers if you need her done. I tell you what, these people been doing this a long time, and they always bring you a good one. Here we go on the bred heifers, $1,500, $1,750, now $2,000 on the breds. I ended it done too. I now two, did it done, $1,750, now 2. I now two, did it done, $1,750, now $2,000. Here did it done, now 2 on the bred heifers. Now $2,000. Now $2,000. Now 1. Now 1. Now 1. And now 2. And now 21. Here did it 2. Here did it 2. Down 22. Now 3. And now 3. Now 4. Here did it 3 to 4. Here did it 3 to done 4. Here did it done 3, 4, 5. And now 24. 25. Got bred at 24. Need $2,500 on it. And now 4 down 5. Here did it 24. Here did it 5. Here did it done 24. 2,500. 24. 2,500. And I'd had 24. $2,500. Do you want them? I sold them at $2,400. 367. Thank you much. And here we go. J-Bar T.
Turn your catalog to pin 15, guys. 15. Here's a set of open heifers. And Tim Uden, tell us about pin 15.
Well, we just split our pens by age, so this group will be April and a May calf. That lot 69 is the May calf. I think it's really going to be a sleeper. We expect she's really, really going to be nice, so bid with confidence.
All right, here we go. I did it done here now. I did it done here down 12 here down 13 did it done now 14. I did it done 13 $1,400 on a divine. Now 15 half here 1,500. I did it done 15 did it done 15 did it done 15 did it done now 15 on 14 here 15 here did it half here 15 did it done 1,500. You got to be 1,500 now 15 now 15 1,500 1,500 I ended it done 15 did it done here did it done 15 14 half 1,500 I ended it done 15 did it now half here did it done 1,500 1550 1,500 15 did it half 1,500 1,550 you're all done 1,500 here did it done half $100 here on did it done 15 did it did it done half $100 I'd had 1,500 down 50. I sold a good heifers for $1,500. 367. Thank you much. All right, here we go. This is my favorite.
Here's the last pin, guys. And you know what? When we had our meeting this morning, Jeremy very graciously said, hey, fellas, I'll go last. So last on the dock is pin 1. And Jeremy, you've done all the hard work. So why don't you tell them about pin 1?
Well, once again, these are just straight out of our replacements. All the cows now, first calf heifers, are AI'd. The calves are all AI'd. There's one bull out of Bankroll. The heifers are from Stock Fund, Bankroll, Sit Stellar, and Blueprint, Woodhill Blueprint. They've had Enforce 3 nasal. They've had the Alpha 7. They've had the calf guard. They're ready to go and go any direction you want.
Mike Sorensen, did you walk through this pen? There is a bull calf by Barstow Bankroll out there that's so good. He might bring 5,000, 7,500 as a bull coming right back through here. I'm not woofing. This would be as nice a set of pairs as you buy anywhere in the world. But if you go out and you look at that lot 2 pair, I tell you what, she lead off a lot of elite sales anywhere in the world. I've got 1,750 bid on the internet, 1,800 for gone, 1,900, $2,000, down 22, 2.5, 5, down 25, down 25, 3, 4, down 3, 4, down 5, now 600, down 7, down 2,700, now 700, down 7. Here done 7 to 7 to 7 8 now 9 and now 3,000 here done $3,000 and now $3,000 here done 3,000 now 1 and now 3,1 here done 31 here done 3,100 yacht from Colorado 3,100 and now 3,1 here done 31 here done 3,031 3,100 and now 3,1 here done 3,300 to buy and now 3,1 here done 3,031 ranch you want them 3,000 3,100. You do it? So bless you. Now 2. Ty always goes the runner. Now 32. And now 1, 2. And now 2. Half 2. 32. 3,200. 32. 3,200. A little quicker on the dinger, Rance. 3,200. And now 2. Down 2. Down 2. Down 32. Got 3,150 bid with Brett. 3,200. 3,150. 3,200. Yes or no? 3,150. 3,200 to buy him. And down 2. Down 2. Down 2. Down. There's a bull calf on a heifer out there could pay for the whole works. 3,150. 3,200 to buy him. And now 150. Down 3,200. Sold him $3,150. 911. Imagine that. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of myself, Renette, the boys along ringside, Mariah, the entire crew, we want to thank each and every one of you for coming. I know that Renette's got some more announcements to make, but thank you for coming. Thank you for making today a success, and please travel safe.
If you guys are wanting to donate to the Ron Miller Fund, see Chelsea over there. I know there's some guys that asked me if they made a large donation if I'd get them a banner, and yes, I will, guys, so I can get a banner for your barn. So see Chelsea. Thanks for being